Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry for the glitch. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I have some technical problem, so I was not able to. You know, let me just share my. So in the last class, guys, we started with NumPy, right? Do
Yes,
you
sir.
remember like
And
which topic
functions.
we were checking?
Sir, our last topic was maths array.
Once you can see my screen, please let me know, guys. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we have seen various operations on the numpy array, right? We have seen mathematical operations and how we can index it. Okay, how we can you know just perform different operations on that, how we can check the dimensions, how we can check the shape and all, right? And we have seen like how this 2D array looks like, how 3D array looks like, right? So let us go ahead and write down more functions related to the numpy arrays. Okay, so guys, this is very important package as we discussed in the previous class, right? So for now you may feel like this is very small thing that we are doing, we are just writing one line of code and then we are seeing output, but definitely this will be very useful while writing the machine learning algorithms. Okay, so always remember our model expects the data in numpy array, because so whenever we'll talk about the text, our model will not understand what this text is. We need to convert that text into numbers. So uh, that we can represent with the help of numpy arrays. Even we will not be dealing with a small amount of data, or a small chunk of data. We'll be dealing with huge amount of data. So the normal and traditional approach will not help, so we will be using again this numpy array. Okay, so let us understand more about it. So let's go ahead and create this kind of array. So can you tell me what type of array it is? If you see in the screen.
First, Amit, you can explain one more time what is the meaning of array in NumPy? What is array?
This array you're talking about.
Sir, it is a
Yes,
list array.
So can you see like what is NP?
it's the short name of
It's our
NumPy,
package name,
NumPy.
right?
package
NumPy.
name.
Okay, dot array. So it is a function. This array is the function present in NumPy module. Okay, can you see like opening bracket here
Yeah.
and closing bracket here?
Yes, sir.
So this is function. Okay, and this inside that opening and closing bracket we are writing something. Are you getting it? This
Mhm.
is called arguments. You remember we have learned the function concept previously,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
right? So when we call the function, what happened, we need to pass some arguments. Are you agree with that?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So this is our first argument. This, can you see, this is our first argument, because this is the entire list and we can find this list within the list, right? So this is
Mhm.
our first argument and this is our second argument. Agree? So
Mhm.
array is the function present in NumPy module which will convert this data, provided data, into NumPy arrays. Understood?
So the output is looking same like we have given.
Yeah,
No,
it's
just
similar.
print it. Just print it. Okay, and here when we execute this, output definitely will look like same, but you cannot visualize the memory, right? This will be arranged in the memory, not here. Can you see the output here now? This is
Ye-
first row and this is second row. So why you want the change in the output? Because we are going to arrange now, for now, here inside this particular function, this is just an list, guys. Okay, and in that list we are having what? Another list of list. Are you getting it? This is not a numpy array, this is just a list of Python, and we are going to convert this list of Python into numpy array. This is numpy array. If you want to check that, just go ahead and print what the type of ARR.
Amit, the other argument, what does it mean? The D type equals
I'll
NP
explain that.
dot.
Just wait. Can you
All
see
right.
here numpy array? It is not the list now. It's a numpy array. And whenever we'll write the machine learning model, our model will expect such kind of input, not the list. Are you getting it? So that's why we need to convert that into numpy array. This is first reason. Second reason is we cannot perform, you know, the operation that we have seen previously, right? In the last class, what are the operation we have seen? We cannot perform that on the list. List is having limited functionality. You remember what are the different functions available for list, right? These functions are not, applicable for list. So that's why we need to convert that list into numpy array. We can do the dot products, we can do the Cartesian product, right? We can have like rearrangement of different elements, or we can have, you know um, so different things we have seen in the last class, right? So that all, we can do with the help of numpy array. That's why we need to convert that into the numpy array, right? So we are going to convert this list into numpy array. Understood now what is the use of this array function?
Yep.
All right, now the second question, D type, that means the data type. Okay, of what? It's a data type of element present in the numpy array. Okay, so element present in the numpy array, that means 1 2 3 4. Can you see this? These are the elements of the numpy array, and the type of that element is int 64. integer 64. 64 is nothing but the bits, okay, operating system's bits, how we are going to arrange the element inside the memory using 64-bit conversion. And that's why int 64 is there. You can have int 32 also. Instead of int, you can have float also. If you want to check that, just write down float here, and you can find now dot added after each and every element. Are you getting it? And yesterday in the last class itself, we have discussed what this dot means. You remember?
Yes. And if we write bit 32, it will same and will different.
Yeah, it will same, right? But the arrangement in the memory will be different. And we
Oh,
cannot
can't hear you.
I think mic is disconnected, sir.
Hello? Sir, you're not audible.
I think there's something.
Sir is not here.
Yeah.
Hi guys, did you guys facing any problem on the assignment, the OOP assignment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm facing some problems.
Facing some problem too.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Here
I
too.
see, I see.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Okay.
Me too.
It seems it seems everyone also facing some problems, right?
Yeah, I face the problem of how to set the interest rate. I'm not getting what to do. But if anyone can help, what is mean by interest rate? They are that mean you can set it manually or what? I can't
Where
understand what.
in
Yeah.
OOP?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
OOP assignment. Because
Yeah.
I keep because I keep execute, right? It shows like the object has no attribute. Keep showing this message. I was like, okay, fed up
Okay.
already.
Okay,
Can we
mechanic.
set it like 1.5 200? Set it manually.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We
Yes.
hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry guys, I'm not sure why the problem is occurring. Okay. So let's start.
Now everything is working.
Here, I believe like you understood what is this D type is. Yeah. Someone asked this particular question, what this D type means.
Yes.
So
Yes.
is it clear?
Yeah. One more thing. You can see in Q&A. I share something. I was trying to create something in my Jupyter,
Mhm.
and it showed this warning message. I don't know what it is. It's
I
also
can't
about
see
D type.
anything in the Q&A. Can you please share that again?
Yeah, sure.
Is,
Let
is
me
it in
one.
chat or Q&A?
In Q&A,
Please
I'm
share that
sending.
again. Yeah,
Okay. Again.
now I'm getting this. So the last line you are trying to create, right?
Yes. Okay. Try to share the code also.
Just check the screen. Is it the correct thing you are doing? You want to do, right?
Yes.
So,
It show result is good. 3 and class type in ND array. But then after it show this warning message.
so can
19
you
also.
see like in first list you are having uh, four elements, right? In the next you
Mhm.
are having four elements. In the last you are having five elements. That's
Yes.
why it was
4, 4, 5.
causing a problem. So why,
Okay.
yeah, so why you want that kind of array? I'm not sure, but you must have the same number of, elements in every row.
It's a rule.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a syntax.
Okay. Okay. Now got it. So that is a problem. So this is a syntax. We can use a similar number in
Yeah.
every. Okay.
Otherwise, it will not recognize, right? How many how many columns are there. It will not put any NA or space whenever you will not provide any kind of element there. So it's
It
not
should be a
much
same.
fault. Yeah.
It should be a same.
Yeah. So
4 by 4, 3 by 3, 2
yeah,
by
you
2.
can have 4 by 3, 3 by 2. That is correct. Like, but
Okay.
4 by 3 means what? 4 rows, 3 columns, right?
Hmm.
So that is okay. But in one column you are having 5 element. In another column you are having 7 element. That will not work. Okay. So you should have, if you are saying 3 elements in a column, then
Hmm.
everywhere you will have 3 elements in a column. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, can we fill it with zeros?
But you cannot create that. So like you will have a data set, for example, definitely that data set will have such kind of values like NA or null values, right? So you
Yes,
can
sir.
fill
Number
that
value is
with
there.
0, but whenever you are creating an array, then it will not allow you to create even. Then how you are going to fill that, right?
Yes, sir.
If you have the data set with such kind of elements, then you can fill it. But if you have the raw data and you're trying to convert that into NumPy array, that is not possible. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then let's go ahead, and now this is the information about the array. Okay, you can see this like info is the function we can use. So for us, this class, shape, item size, right? These are the important one. Others are just a metadata about that particular array. We never use this information. Okay, and this is all like system is using, like data pointer, byte order, right? And then the type, right? So this type we are using. Okay, item size we can use, right? Then the shape and class we can use. These are the important information we can have. Just go ahead and check this particular information, np.info, and in that arr.
What is 24,8?
That is stride, actually, how it is organized in the memory. Okay, stride means before spaces. Okay, L stride and R strides are there. So this is just an organization of the element in the memory. We cannot visualize that. Okay, and like this aligned is also so the same thing. Contiguous is the how it is been allocated inside the memory. These all are like the system information, we can say. So even I am also not aware like how this is organized inside the memory.
Is this important for
No,
memorize?
not at all. So we are just into class. We just know the important thing is shape. Then how many elements are there and what is the type of that particular array. This is for us only. Rest all things is not for us.
Sir, item size is the number of elements.
It's like what type of this thing we have used. Okay, so item size is nothing but, see, for example, one, we have like it's not a number of element actually. Okay, so one we have stored, right? So how many bytes it has allocated inside the memory, that is what your item size is.
Total number of bytes for whole array.
For not a whole array, but for a single item.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Now item size 4.
So here, can you see like we have written 32 here?
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Let's
is a
write
big.
64 and then let's check the change here. Can you see now it's 8?
This depend on bit.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing.
Mhm.
Normally Jupyter is a multi-purpose user. There are many access of libraries. What is the difference between Python and NumPy? With NumPy we use length to know about there is shape.
Mhm. So Python is language, okay, of first difference, and NumPy is the library written in Python.
Okay.
Okay.
NumPy understand the
NumPy is
language of
not a
Python.
language at all. It's a simple, the sequence of code written in Python language. And under Python, we are learning these libraries.
Okay. NumPy understand the only language of Python.
Yeah. NumPy is totally, but NumPy is the combination of C++ and Python. So we say like, NumPy is very fast, right? So why it is very fast? Because of the base of C++. That's why NumPy is very fast. Don't go deep into that, but just try to understand. NumPy is written in Python, but the base is what? C++ language. Those who are from IT background, they'll understand the base and all. But those who are non-IT, just remember this, okay? NumPy is the library which is written in Python, okay, and it is having C++ base. Okay, next is D type. Now, what is D type, guys?
Same data type.
It's a data type of element, right? Just execute this and check. It's not the data type of array, it's a data type of element. If we say the data type of array or the type of array, that would be, the ND array, right? And if we say the data type of individual element in the array, then that would be your int 64. That is D type.
Ninth column, we write already data type 64. That's why it's showing in 64.
64. So if you write here, 32, okay, then it will show you 32.
Sir, it means we can write any number like 62, 60,
Not
61.
like that. Not like that. There is some combination, right? 8. Then we're having 16, right? Then 32, 64, 128. This kind of RAM size generally 8-bit, 4-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit.
Yeah.
Previously, operating systems were working on a 32-bit, and
Yeah.
now it's are working on 64-bit like that. I think
Yes.
some of the applications are supported only 64-bit operating
Yeah,
system.
that is like the computer architecture, we can say. Okay, how are computer, sending the data to the buses, different buses of CPU. So this is completely part of, the computer organization, guys. Don't go into that. Okay, even it is the part of some binary or maybe other systems. So just try to understand. Like you remember, you just think like how a RAM size varies, right? You never see your RAM 60 bit. Have you seen this RAM size 60 bit
No,
or
sir.
60 byte, 60 MB? No, right? You always seen 16, then 128, 512, right? 1024, kind of. So same thing is applicable here also. Okay, now,
Multiplication system. Okay.
sorry.
Nothing.
Hello. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next is like shape. Have you seen the shape, guys? How many rows are there? How many columns are there? That we have already seen. The next function that we are going to use is len function. That is length of the array. So length will give us what? Number of like first dimension. Like first, we can say here. Can you see here? First dimension is 2. So it will give us the 2. Let's go ahead and change the dimension. For example, like I am having one more list in this, 5 comma 6 comma 7. Okay, I'll execute this, and now let's check the uh, length of this. So it will say 3. It's simple number of rows present in the data, this array. Okay, All right. Next one is NDIM. What it gives us? Number of dimensions, right?
Means it is column, I think.
Sorry.
It will be must be columns.
No, it's not a column like we can say that, but we have seen like in the last class how three-dimensional looks like, right? We'll be adding one more list here, right? That will be our third dimension. This is what the dimension we are having. Then number of elements in the array will be like array dot size. Array dot size.
Can you run again this array size?
It will give us number of elements present in the array.
This time in 9, correct?
Now let me execute this. It would be 9. Yeah. So here again, you remember like we discussed this item size, the number of bytes each element will take, right? It's an item size. Now we are using 32, that's why it is taking 4 bytes. And then next function is not a function, but this parameter n bytes. How many bytes it will take to store all these elements? So 36 bytes, because each byte will take 4. We have 9 elements. 4 nines are 36. Okay, can you just write down in the chat, guys, whatever the thing we have seen right now? What are the different functions we have seen, or the parameters we have seen quickly?
Info. This is a definition of information.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and write down some sampling methods. This is very, very important in machine learning. So, guys, 90% algorithms from machine learnings are randomized. That means, do you know what is randomized algorithms?
No.
No? Okay. So let me just give a simple example to you. Okay. So suppose I am giving, for example, I have a square root function and I am giving 9 as an input to that square root function. Okay. So what will be the answer, guys? It would be 3, right?
Yeah.
And every time when you execute that, what will be the output? Is it going to change every time? No, right? It will
No.
be fixed, right? So that is called fixed. We can say, structured algorithm. But
Honestly.
yeah, but whenever there is an algorithm which will give a different result every time by selecting random, values for calculation, that will be our randomized algorithm. Okay. So
Like
let's say,
random formula in Excel.
yes,
Different. I would put every time. That's
yeah,
nice.
different values every time. Yes, correctly mentioned. So see, we are having, lakhs of, for example, records, right? For example, data set we are having, and we want to build the model. Okay. So suppose let us consider 100, for example, rows, okay? And in out of 100, I am having 50% uh, uh, yes category and 50% no category kind of rows I'm having, okay? And I am training my model. I will divide my model into 80% and 20%. 80% data I will give for training and 20% data I will give for testing. And I have arranged my data set like this: first 50 yes, and then next 50 no. Okay, and I will take first 80 rows. So can you tell me how many rows will be there for yes and how many rows will be there for no for training, guys?
30 and 70, sir.
No. I have, divided my data into 80-20. Okay, 80 would be my training set and 20 would be my testing set. Okay, in that training set, tell me how many yes and how many no's will be there?
50-50.
Not a 50-50, right? I have arranged my data set like first 50 will be my yes, first next 50 will be my no. So out of 80,
18
50,
power 18, 18.
50 will be yes and 30 will be no. I agree with this.
Yes, sir. There is a probability of having 20 yes and 30 no, or
No, why you are taking probabilities and all? Why you are telling me probabilities? A very simple question I am asking you. I have 100 data points. Out of that, first 50 will be your what? Yes. And next 50 will be your no. Getting it? So like this, I am having 100 records. I have divided my data into 80 and 20%. So in first 80, how many yes will be there and how many no will be there?
in first 80, 50 will be yes and 30 will be no, and
Are
remaining
you
20,
getting it? This is
yes, sir.
correct answer. 50 will be
Yes, sir.
yes
50
and
yes or
30
30 will
will
be
be
no.
no. So when we train our model in this particular data, then our model will be biased, guys. How it will be biased? Because our model will learn most of the pattern from yes and very few pattern from no. Are you getting it? Because we are having what? 50 rows for yes and only 30 rows for no. Agree with this?
Yes, sir. Now got it.
Sir, please
Actually,
repeat.
till
Yeah,
now I
let
don't
me repeat
understand.
that again. Let me repeat that again. Okay. So let us say you are having 80 rows for training. Okay. Out of that 80, 50 rows of what? Yes category. And 30 of what? No category. When we give this 80 rows to our model for training, then what will happen, guys? Whose majority is more?
Yes.
Yes category majority is more. So our model will understand yes category more than no category. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
And that's why our model will be biased towards yes category.
Yes.
And we never expect our model bias, guys. Are you getting it? Let us consider you are
Yes.
having you are having 50 rows of having cancer disease and 30 rows of having not a cancer disease rows. And our model will train like on this particular data. And most of the time, our model is saying, yeah, person is having what? Cancer. This is called bias model, guys. And is it good, guys? Such kind of model is good for human being?
No,
Definitely,
sir.
right? So we need to have what? The random rows. Getting it? Random rows every time for training. That's why every machine learning algorithm, almost every machine learning algorithm is randomized algorithm. It will take the different rows every time when we execute the code, and we'll try to generate the output. And every time we will get the different accuracies, guys. Suppose I have randomized all these 100 rows. I have shuffled all these 100 rows, and out of that, first 80 I have taken for training. So tell me, will it be biased, guys? I have shuffled all these rows. I don't know like how many rows are there for yes, how many rows are there for no. I never know that. We can count that, but while training, we don't know how many yes are there, how many no's are there, right? So that time, our model will learn each and every pattern from our data and will try to avoid the biasness in the model. And that's why every machine learning algorithm is the randomized algorithm. Okay. And every time it selects the different rows for training, that's why it will generate what? The different output. Understood now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let us consider I am having the class of 10 students, for example, and we all are following the same kind of step, guys. We all are having same data set with us. But at the end, when we train the model, can we get the same accuracy, guys, for all these 10 students?
No, not every time.
Definitely not, right? Because
Yeah.
suppose I have trained my model, so my system has taken what? Different rows for training. One of my student has taken, one of my student system has taken what? Different rows for training. I agree with this?
Yes.
That's why we all will get what? Different accuracies, guys. And we will never understand how our model is, whether it is really good, whether it is really bad. Okay, so let me tell you one simple drawback of randomization, guys. It's a completely randomization technique. So what happened when we reshuffle the data, there is a chances of getting all 50 yes and 30 rows, 30 no's. Is it possible, guys, in randomization? Yes, of course, right?
Yes.
It
Yes.
will be. So that's why we need to check really our model is good or bad. So we need to, find out such a point where we will take a reference and we'll select the random rows. Okay. And for all the students, same rows will be selected.
Yeah.
Okay. And that point, we called it as seed value, guys. What we called it as seed value. And that seed value, when we say it, that is what we called it as set seed. Okay. So here, can you see on the screen 123?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That 123 is a seed value. Around that, now every time I will select the random rows for the training. So every time when my algorithm will see 123, it will select the same rows for training. N number of time I will execute this code, it will select the same rows for training. If you are not setting the seed value and if you are executing your code 100 times, you will get the 100 different results. And because of this, we never